And good afternoon, everybody. Chris Bartell here from the Cascade Pacific Council with today's Wednesday webinar, our last one of the year, actually. We're going to take next week off, but super excited to share just the latest and greatest news and updates from around the Cascade Pacific Council with you today. And so let's just dive right into it. Just a lot going on here in the CPC. So let's start chatting, shall we? Happy holidays, first of all, to every single one of you out there. Thank you so much for just an amazing year. It has been an amazing year, to say the least. And we're just so grateful to every single one of you scouters and scouts and parents and volunteers, everybody out there who's just been so helpful and so amazing this year. And boy, you have all shown grit. That is for sure. So here we go. Let's dive into some of the latest news. A lot going on, like I mentioned, around the CPC. First of all, let's do a little safety moment here. Sort of a new little tradition here that we're starting up in the Wednesday webinars, because most of our meetings start this way. So today's safety moment is about dry Christmas trees. If you've got one in your house, you know, it's maybe getting a little dried out. So just a couple of tips here from the National Fire Prevention Association. First of all, make sure you keep your heat sources far away from that tree as far as possible, but 3 feet minimum, because that thing is getting dried out. And so you got to keep it watered, of course, and whatnot. But anyway, it's coming down to the wire here. So also make sure you check those lights and make sure there just aren't any shorts in them, anything like that, because actually it's one of the top causes of fires due to Christmas trees. It's actually number one of in fires that happen in people's households in terms of Christmas trees. So be careful of that. Also, make sure you turn off the lights when you're away from home, because of course it gets the tree warm. And of course, recycle it with your local scouts as soon as you're done with it. Actually, they recommend not putting it outside next to the house. They actually recommend getting rid of it as soon as possible. So hook up with the local scouts in your area and make sure you recycle it. All right, there's today's safety moment. Let's dive in here to the latest news from around the Cascade Pacific Council here. We have some deadlines here. Just wanted everybody to be aware of these upcoming deadlines here. First of all, check this out. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to actually try and show it here. I don't know if it's going to turn out very well in the old video here, but what we have here is Camp for All, a whole host of patches of council shoulder patches that support Camp for All, that support the Camp for All campaign. And one of them, I'm going to dive into more details a little bit later in the webinar, but suffice it to say, December 31st is your deadline. If you give or pledge $500 or more, you'll get one of these fantastic ghost patches, which is going to be really hard to see here. It's really cool. Let's see if we can zoom in here and you can see it. It is fantastic. It's really this really great patch. It's called the Ghosted Patch. And the deadline for getting that in this whole series is December 31st. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but just wanted you to know that there is a deadline looming to get your ghost patch in this awesome series of Camp for All patches. Also, January 1st is the deadline to nominate some super scouters out there for the Silver Beaver Award. So make sure you get the information on that at cpcbsa.org/silverbeaver and get the information there for nominating somebody who's just gone above and beyond and just done amazing things and just shown character. And as we like to say around here in the Cascade Pacific Council, have shown grit over this past year. So check that out, cpcbsa.org/silverbeaver for the award nominations there. Also, if you want to join us for the horse trek, either one, east or west, there's 2 horse treks. If you haven't ever heard of this, it is an incredible experience. It's a week-long, 165-mile trek between Butte Creek Scout Ranch and Camp Baldwin on horseback. It is amazing, but the lottery for this closes January 1st. So make sure you jump into that if you haven't already. If you're interested in getting in the lottery, this doesn't guarantee you a spot, but put your name in the hat, in the cowboy hat, so to speak. So check that out also at cpcbsa.org/horses for the information on that. It is going to be an incredible experience, as it is every year that they do this. This is just amazing. So check that out at cpcbsa.org/horses. Speaking of horses, there's a ton of opportunities around the Cascade Pacific Council to jump on the old saddle here. First of all, Little Buckaroo is back. It is for scouts age 6 to 9. So for you Cub Scouts out there, this is a 2-hour horsemanship class. It is awesome. They talk about horse safety, grooming horses, and just getting to know horses. It's just a great, great opportunity. It's happening January through May at Butte Creek Scout Ranch. So check that out too at cpcbsa.org/horses. Also, there is a great sale going on for weekend horse rides for you and the family. And just, it's a great opportunity to jump on to a horse and just take a half-day ride or a full-day ride around Butte Creek Scout Ranch. The Wranglers will take you out, and it's awesome. And it's for families, units, and youth ages 10 and up. And again, there are half-day rides and full-day rides. And basically, you save $15 off of a half-day ride and $30 off a full-day ride. So it's a good deal at cpcbsa.org/horses. Okay, a couple other things. 2022 summer camp registration, as you probably know, is open. So let's dive in here. We have just awesome opportunities for Cub Scouts and older Scouts. So Butte Creek Scout Ranch is open for Cub Scouts. Camp Baldwin, an awesome opportunity here. We're going to talk about in a second for Webelos. Also, of course, Scouts BSA, we've got all the camps open for Scouts BSA and older Scouts there. Camp Baldwin, Meriwether, Pioneer, and just awesome opportunities there. And just, we'd like to give everybody a heads up that if you didn't know this, you can actually rent the properties, or not just rent the properties, but actually get sites on the weekends all year round when it's not summertime. So check that out on the website as well. If you go to cpcbsa.org and you'll see the adventures link up there, just roll over that and you'll see all the adventures happening. And this has to do with, camping weekends, summer camp, all of that, and family camping too. Reservations are opening March 1st. That's the plan of attack. We're going to have family camping open at Camp Clark again this year. Just had rave reviews about it during COVID, and it was just such an awesome opportunity to get families out there to Camp Clark and enjoy time on the beach. Just a beautiful, beautiful spot. And families really got to see, really a lot of them got to see what scouting is all about in summertime, kind of get a taste for that. So anyway, we'll have more information on that at the beginning of the year because reservations will open on March 1st for family camping. Speaking of the Webelos, base camp is what we're calling it. Base camp at Camp Baldwin for Webelos only. This is awesome. There are 2 weekends in July, and it's like I said, at Camp Baldwin. It's basically a taste of the big kids scouts, of the big kids scout camps. So it's basically jumping into kind of a Scouts BSA like camp experience, and for the Webelos. So for you older Cub Scouts, you Webelos out there, or for you Cub Scouts looking forward to becoming a Scouts BSA scout, this is going to be awesome. So super great opportunity to do some aquatics and some shooting and meet the horses. Really, really a great opportunity on that. And you'll see that under the Adventures tab as well at cpcbsa.org. Also, speaking of summer camp, we are looking for camp staffers. So, you get a choice here. Next summer, you kids and young folks who are, 15 years old and up, you can actually, you could work at a pizza joint or throw around grocery carts or be a shelf stocker at a grocery store, or you could come play in the mountains and on the beach and become a part of camp staff. It is an awesome opportunity to just spend the summer outdoors, making an awesome, incredible impact with kids, with youth, and making lifelong friendships. Just an awesome opportunity at cpcbsa.org/campstaff. You can find out more about that. The application process is underway, so you can apply today to join camp staff this summer. Okay, a couple other things, upcoming events. College of Youth Leadership is happening actually as we speak. As a matter of fact, it's tonight. For those of you listening and watching on Wednesday, it's at 7 p.m. and it's happening throughout this month and next month. Just awesome opportunities for older Scouts to just learn a bit more about leadership in their Scout unit. So check that out at cpcbsa.org/CYL. Also, Super Weekend. I know my troop signed up for this, so we're super excited about it. But here's what's awesome. Super Weekend is basically it's kind of a summer camp light, let's just call it that. And it's a great opportunity to just be at camp and just get to play with a lot of the activities that are going on, a lot of the program stuff that's going on. It's really, really a great opportunity just to get back into camp and really enjoy Butte Creek or Camp Meriwether, depending on what Scout unit you're with. So the new part is for Cub Scouts, we basically are launching Super Weekends for Cub Scout packs. This is super, super awesome. So it's a great way to just really get back to camp and really enjoy it and get to play with a lot of the activities that are there. We'll have horses and the shooting activities, ranges, and things like that. So jump on into that at cpcbsa.org. You'll see that under the Ventures tab as well. And so again, that's for Cub Scout packs and for Scouts BSA. There are multiple opportunities for this, but they do fill up super, super fast. As a matter of fact, the Scouts BSA Super Weekends, I believe, are almost full. So you're going to want to get in on that as soon as possible. Here's another opportunity for Scouts BSA youth. There are multiple classes happening with our friends at the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum. We call this Meriting with the Experts. These are opportunities for you to dive into merit badge classes and courses with a variety of experts out there in the fields that they're doing merit badges with. And so actually the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum is doing some classes on American labor, engineering, aviation, and sustainability merit badges, a whole bunch of weekends for this too. So go to cpcbsa.org/calendar and do a type in the search, just type in Evergreen and all of them will pop up. So there's a whole bunch of opportunities, which is why we're not listing them here. To really dive in and do this opportunity to earn merit badges. So some of them are complete courses where actually earn the entire merit badge, some are partials, but check that out, cpcbsa.org/calendars for those awesome merit badge classes. Also, this is for adults here, Outdoor Skills Institute. This is going to be in May. This is an awesome opportunity for adults to learn to become climbing instructors, to become archery range instructors and rifle range instructors, to become leave no trace instructors and learn a little bit about Dutch oven cooking, as a matter of fact, too, which is awesome. It's going to be at Camp Meriwether. This is, mark your calendars for this. We actually have registrations opening in January, this next month. So just keep an eye out for that. If this is something you're interested in, put it in your calendar and we'll be back with the links for that in January to register. It's a great opportunity there. Speaking of dates to save, Wood Badge is happening later on in September 13th through 17th. This is another leadership opportunity for adults to just dive in and learn more. We're actually scheduling a webinar on that in mid-January. So that's going to be awesome. You'll get to hear all about it. And it's going to be really an awesome experience just to learn more about teamwork and how to grow your scout unit in terms of leadership and all of the opportunities to just dive in and learn more as an adult leader. It's just a really, really great opportunity to just grow as a leader. You're going to do activities, you're going to meet friends. It's going to be awesome. So also two other things, Jamboree, World Jamboree and National Jamboree, or Jambo for short. That's happening as well in 2023, but it's time to start raising money for that. If you're going to interested in going, it's awesome. So World Jamboree is happening in June of 2023 in Korea. National Jamboree is happening in July of 2023 at Summit Bechtel Reserve in Virginia. So you can check that out at the World Jamboree website is 2023wsjkorea.org. And of course, you can check it out at cpcbsa.org/jamboree for National Jamboree. All the information is there. Just mark your calendars for that, save the dates, and get in on that. That's going to be awesome. In other news, Spring Snack Attack. Are you and your scout unit going to be doing this year? Because we want to know, because training sessions for the Spring Snack Attack are going to be happening in January. So we want to know if you're in. So if you go to cpcbsa.org/snack attack, we'd love to know if you're interested, if you're going to be doing this, because we'll have some training sessions and we just want to know who all is going to be interested in doing this with us this year. So go to cpcbsa.org/snack attack for that. And just a couple quick things from the Scout Shop here. What's awesome is that the Scout Shop has some great sales going on, actually. So until January 1st, there's this great sock sale. And actually, after the first of the year, there's going to be a clearance sale. So we'll have more on that too. That's going to be super, super awesome. You can go to cpcbsa.org/scout shop to find out more about the hours, get driving directions, all of that at cpcbsa.org/scout shop. As a matter of fact, looking for gifts, or, it's kind of a little late for gifts under the tree. However, if you want a new bike, a new mountain bike in the new year, or someone who does, we actually have our hardtail mountain bikes on sale. They've only been used one season. They are in great shape. They've been very well maintained. We have multiple sizes available, and you save $500. So we'll have a link to that in Compass Points in our newsletter that you'll receive tomorrow. So make sure you're aware of that if you're interested. just a great deal. And anyway, you'll see that and the newsletter on your Compass points, but also make sure you check your spam filter for that because sometimes they drop in there. So another quick thing here is that we can actually help you promote your Scout unit. We actually can post to we're really going to inspire folks this next year, Scout units, to launch a Facebook group or an Instagram page as well, because it's a great way to promote scouting and the awesome things that you're doing in Scouts. And so also what's neat is that I know it can be daunting, but like, oh, there's one more thing to keep updated. So what we can do though, is you can go to cpcbsa.org/marketing after you've launched your Facebook group or your Instagram page. And you can connect to us, and that will allow us to post occasionally. So we, the CPC, will post some sort of generic posts and just about adventure and growth and grit and things like that. And then what we'll do is in the post, we'll say, hey, contact us, i.e. you, your Scout unit, for more information. So that's kind of a great way to just share what's going on in scouting. And you can check that out at cpcbsa.org/marketing. Also, speaking of some marketing communications things, because say that's one of the reasons I'm here, is to help communications. So what we're going to be doing, we're changing this up a little bit this next year, is we're going to be doing new newsletters specifically for Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, and a general newsletter, just a Compass Points, a general Compass Points newsletter for everybody else. So what's going to happen is, based on your registration, your membership in scouting, you'll receive newsletters that are hopefully more geared to exactly what you need, because as you can see just from this news update, we have a lot going on. And as we get more into a normal cycle post-COVID, then we will have even more things going on, more opportunities and things like that. So this will let you get the news that you care about, that you need specifically for your Scout, or if you're just one of our general members and volunteers and whatnot in the Cascade Pacific Council, you'll get all the news. But for those of you in Cub Scouts, Scouts BSA, you're actually going to get some specific newsletters specifically for you. So look forward to that. All right, one last thing here, as I just want to mention, there are some really great ways to support scouting in the Cascade Pacific Council. A couple things is Camp for All. For those of you who have already started and launched this within your Scout unit, awesome. But it's about that time of year. We're kicking all this off into the Camp for All campaign. For those of you who don't know, Camp for All is a fund that goes specifically, a fundraising program that goes specifically to camp programs and campings and camp scholarships. So everything kind of camp related is supported by Camp for All. For instance, when we had the Butte Creek fires, we did a Camp for All campaign to help rebuild Butte Creek Scout Ranch. So that was really amazing, just amazing support. We can't thank you enough for that. So that's a great way to support all the camp program. The summer camp program is at Camp for All. And for those of you units starting out, you can go to cpcbsa.org/start camp for all. And that's where you get all the resources and assets you need to kind of tell your Scout units about it, your parents, your volunteers, all of that. Also, another one is later on this year, or this coming year, we have the Contractors Sporting Clays Shootout. It is an awesome opportunity for you to get a team together and do some golf with guns, is basically what it is. It's fantastic. It is a fun time, do a barbecue, dinner, and basically shoot a lot of sporting clays. It's pretty neat. And you can go to cpcbsa.org/shootout for that. That is another way you can support scouting and be a part of that fundraiser. As I mentioned earlier, we have these awesome little shoulder patches here. These council shoulder patches are here in my hands. You can kind of see them if you're looking at my image there. It's pretty neat. There are multiples based on the amounts you give to the campaign, the Camp for All campaign. And so you can see that here. Basically, $100, $120 gift gets you a brown patch with a brown border. The $300 gift gives you the red border patch, and then the $600 gift gives you the gold patch. Now, if you do $1,200, you get all three of these in a frame, which is really neat. I'll show you an image of that here in just a second. But also, like I mentioned before, oh, here's the picture of all three in the frame. Pretty neat. You get them all framed up and whatnot for $1,200. You get all three in a frame, and you could just wear one if you like, or put them all in the frame, or keep the framed version. And if you give $500 or pledge $500 or more before December 31st, you get the ghosted patch, which is super, super cool. It's really hard to tell in these images here, but it is just crazy looking. It's really, really awesome. It is the actual Camp for All patch like you just saw before, but it's all ghosted. It's all white. So it's really funky. It's really cool looking. And anyway, that's a special exclusive patch. There are only 200 available for that. So you can go to cpcbsa.org/campforall to check that out. Another way to support the Cascade Pacific Council is by sponsoring a Meriwether staff bunkhouse. If you haven't seen this, we have built some new bunkhouses for staff and for outdoor school. Really amazing, and it's a great opportunity to just put somebody's name on these for history, for decades and decades to come. It's really just an awesome opportunity to support scouting and just make an impact for generations, as we like to say. It's really awesome. You can contact Mike Egan. There's his email, michael.egan, EGAN, @scouting.org for more information on sponsoring a Meriwether staff bunkhouse. Just a neat opportunity to help out scouting for a long, long time. It's great. All right, that's it for today's webinar. Thank you so much for joining us today. We, of course, will have all of these links in your email. For those of you as members in the Cascade Pacific Council, you receive our Compass Points email newsletter on Thursdays. And so you won't get one next week. You'll get one this week. And basically next week, we're taking a pause on the webinars. We're taking a little vacation next week, and then upcoming webinars in January, February, and beyond. A whole bunch of really great webinars we are scheduling here. We're going to talk about why people scout. We're going to talk about wood badge, a whole bunch of opportunities. We're looking at talking about unit financing, how you actually do that. Some great things. So thank you all for joining, for listening today. Really appreciate it. This, of course, will be recorded in audio and video versions of this, so you can just listen and at your leisure, or watch it again if you'd like to do that. And of course, we'll have this posted here. You'll receive that link in your email tomorrow with all of the links that you see here in our webinars. So thanks you all for just an incredible year. It has been a crazy year, but we're getting back to normal. It feels so great to get back to normal here in the Cascade Pacific Council and scouting across the Boy Scouts of America. And we are just so grateful for all of you, parents and volunteers and scouts who have just kept on at it and showed grit. It's been amazing. So thank you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful, fantastic holiday season. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And we are so grateful for you and for all you do. And we look forward to seeing more of you in 2022.